Okay, so what we're doing tonight is trying to level my hunter. And I'm almost 70. Kind of like this hunter was supposed to just be my alchemist. But I was thinking, I kind of want one more way to make gold. Right now I have, and the reason for that is like it's kind of hard to make gold right now with I have jewel crafting, I have enchanting and alchemy. What I don't have though is like a big ticket item craft, but I have like 6 tailors, and so this hunter is a tailor, and oh, what do you do? And so what I'm hoping to do is basically use this guy to get some like nethers and then craft uh some like big ticket items, like whether it's spell strike or whether it's vengeance wraps. I actually have a vengeance wrap recipe that I might use. I saw a guy posting it in trade chat, and I was able to like grab it up for 415. Something else that I did today was I had this she was really happy about this. So you can see this elegant dress. I saw it on the, so I was watching a video, then I saw it talk about Easter. This is like an Easter only item that you can get. And I came across, said that it's like a super extravagant item that you can get from the Easter event. And I was like, okay, cool. So the guy had it on there for like 20 gold, and I bought it up, and then I was like, I'll just see if I can sell this, flip it. So I posted it for 700 gold, and somebody bought it yesterday or today. So I made like 650 gold in like, I don't know, 5 minutes. 5 minutes worth of game time. Meanwhile, my paladin's over here in, you can see that. Oh, I bought it for 420. That's right. He negotiated up to 420. It was some bot. I think I'm gonna need a third monitor because I can't see chat with both of my games up, which is not great. Uh, get rid of that. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, anyways, the whole, well, I'm like 25% left to 70, and then I'm gonna try to start, I'm farming steam vaults right now because we're doing trying to get Beast Lord. There's 2 pieces that drop here. I will say we have a warrior tank, which is level 69, tanking a bunch of 70s. Well, 170, I guess. Just 170. Should be fine, though. I didn't grab, I mean, there was no paladin or druid tanks, but it's a melee cleave kind of comp, so I was like, okay, we probably don't want a paladin because he'll just get ripped off of probably. Or he might take too much damage, honestly. And then earlier today I was in here, and like I don't think I'm very good at any class. I'm probably, better than some, worse than some, you know how it is. But this guy who mained a hunter, we're in here with no shaman, and my fucking pet gets feared. And pulls, it was me and like two other guys. They all got feared. And uh-oh, somebody's stuck. I've never seen that before. Funny. And so he was like, I can't believe you, oh, that worked. I can't believe you don't have a steam tonk. And I was like, no, I'm leveling a fucking hunter. I'm not gonna have a steam tonk on me. But maybe I'm the noob. Maybe I should have had a steam tonk, you know? That's the play. I know you can, like, you know, save your pet that way. And if I was like a raiding, if I was a raiding hunter, I would always have them on me. But like, I'm just trying to level here. So the steady shot, we go. I'm also marking for him because most people don't know how to mark. Super easy way to like, the way that I do it. I don't know if it's super easy. I'd love to know how Ompi marks, but like when I was raid lead GM, whatever, I learned to have quick marks. So I would have like B and Shift B on Skull and X so that I could like mark stuff really quickly. But what I'm trying to do now is like trying to do like F1, F2, F3, F4, like all the F keys are a different target marker, which is nice. And obviously we're streaming on Twitch today. I've heard good and bad things about the three different the three different main platforms, you know, whether it's Twitch, Kick, or YouTube. Obviously I make a lot of videos on YouTube, and that's where I have like a much bigger following, but supposedly one of the limitations of live streaming on YouTube is the time delay with the chat is like something that kind of is a barrier. So it's harder to have like a conversation, which I did notice. The reason I'm trying Twitch today is because the last time I did the Q&A, like the Goblin podcast, it was like too, how do I say this? It was like too delayed. So like they would say something, or they would, you guys, not they, you guys would respond to like a question that I had or an answer that I had, and then I wouldn't see it for, I don't know, 30 seconds. So now it would ramble on, and then I have to go back, you know, and read the chat. So hoping that Twitch is a little bit better. I'm sure it'll be a lot better. I actually tested it in the first like 10 seconds of it, and it's like instant. And I might multi-stream. My computer's good enough for it, but I've been using Streamlabs, so it's like, in order for me to, I guess, well, one, like Streamlabs, you have to pay to multi-stream, which is annoying, but like that's the whole gambit with Streamlabs. It's a little bit easier to get set up. It's almost identical, and mostly I was just being lazy when I was trying to, I wasn't being lazy, I was trying to remove all barriers to entry for when I started this whole YouTube thing. But what I was trying to do is just get Streamlabs set up so that I could do like all the alert and whatever, not the alerts, the like displays. And now that kind of like decision is coming unbruised. So what I'll probably do is switch over to OBS in like one of these days I'll just get everything set up. It's not that challenging. I have done this place probably 30 times on my Paladin. And it's unbelievable how shitty you can get drops when, or how shitty drops can be like when you have like on a different class. Like I've done this place 30 times on my Paladin. I've never seen the tank cloak. And I did literally like the first run that I did here, I saw a drop today, and I was like, God damn, on my hunter. Okay, we're trying to figure out what to do. The tank doesn't know what to do. I'll help him out. Our hunters. Oh. I was not paying attention. Whoops. Didn't notice that the hunter left. Not the hunter, the fucking warrior. Our tank. Okay, pick that guy. Put us back into the thing for tank. Oof. Oh shit, okay. Oh, I know what's happening, Bo. There we go. That should fix it. So that's the other thing I've tried to fix. So one of the things with streaming is, you know, we're here for a lot longer. And what I've done is I've basically tried to split. I streamed on YouTube on Tuesday as a test, and I had Discord going. And then when I rewatched the VOD, like you could hear people talking in Discord, which was fine, but it was like hard to hear me, which is fine again. But one of the things you can do with OBS or Streamlabs, you can make multiple different audio tracks, and then you can basically cut them out or lower them or mute them like live. And so, you know, like for example, if I have if I have this open and then I stream this, you guys should be able to hear it, and then I can cut it, and then I can hear it right now. You can, you know, this is not muted, but it's not, shouldn't be going through the stream. Let me know if it is, but like now it is. Now it's not. So I think that I can play music like in my own head. And then the other thing it lets me do is if I have it on, and then when I go to edit, I can remove that track from the VOD and then post it so you don't get demonetized. I'm not exactly sure on like the music rules. because I'd love to just be able to play music and like pay for it. I'm sure there's a service that I have to figure out, but like clearly there's a way to play music on a stream and not get demonetized, but like, you know, other people don't. So hopefully you guys can't hear right now because I'm playing it. And you tank. All right, where is this guy? Oh, he's in chat. Okay, Maelstrom, what's the Terracoin prices going to be when phase 2 drops? So it depends on what your server is. Right now, like on Horde Night Slayer, it's like 150. Oh, I need to eat that. So my prediction is that Terracoin's going to go up by about like 20% in the first phase. It might go up more, but like I think that the boost of Terracoin is actually working. So I don't want to make like a wild prediction, say it's going to go up like double or something like that. I think that everything that we saw with everything we saw with Terracoin on TBC phase, like this first TBC Classic, we're gonna see with Nether Bloom until they fix it. Maybe Nightmare Vine, but Haste Potion is just used too much. So it's like yeah, I think it's 150 right now. I think like 2 gold might be what it goes to.
How may I help?
What would that be? That would be 30, that'd be 50 silver. That's like 30%. Might be a little high. DS, Dreamsight, Terracoin, and AH selling for 2.4. Jesus Christ, 2.4 gold? Do you have TSM? If you have TSM, what is that market value? That'd be something I'd be curious about, because if your market value is higher and it's already 2.4, that's really curious, because generally people say that Dream Scythe is like more casual than Night Slayer, which I don't know if I agree or disagree with. But there might be less bots. Or like less farmers, I'm not exactly sure. Oh darn, you don't. Yeah, so like I don't, it's tricky. I think if you bought it for 1.3, oh, you have TSM but not the app helper, so you can't see the stuff. Oh, I see. Yeah, I agree, man. Some people say that, like I've seen it in my comments. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's check this guy's gear. Not bad. Not great. Not bad though. Okay. Yeah, that tank is a little bit green. Not ideal. I mean, honestly, like if you're... There's so few tanks that like, if you just have a little bit of gear, it's just worth it to just queue as a tank. And just tell them like, hey, this is what I would tell, like, if I were under geared. Oh, he's fucking going for it. Oh, any marks? Fuck yeah, I love that. But I would just tell the group like, hey guys, I'm willing to tank, but I don't have the gear yet, so watch your fucking threat, and if you die, it's your fault. That's what I say to people. Oh, and we get Judgment of Wisdom? Fuck yeah. Pause. Today Terragon went for 2.4. The price is back down. Yeah, so like I think those spikes are I'm gonna use a big word, indicative of what you should expect like week 1 for the whole week. Because here's what's probably gonna happen in my mind. And we'll see if it's like pre or post nerf, but whenever it comes out, it doesn't matter. There's a guy flaming me in the comments for basically calling me a YouTuber because I'm talking about phase 2 release, which is fine. I don't mean to like anti-flame. Are we skipping? No, we're not. But like whenever it comes out, whether it's in 2 weeks or in 5, it doesn't matter. That first week, if it's pre or post nerf, more people are gonna fucking die. And guilds, what's gonna happen is, in my mind, it plays out where you have people go to do the content. It is challenging. Oh, I cheat on like fucking moron. It is challenging, and then you get like on the day 2, the raid leads and guild masters are like, guys, what the fuck? Buy consumes, get enchants. Like, this is no longer phase 1 easy mode. Like, that's how I think it plays out. It could also play out the opposite, where it's just like BWL was in Anniversary. Where, I mean, it was this way in Classic. I just think I wasn't at that level yet. I wasn't like still pretty casual. But in Anniversary, like BWL, people were fucking 20-minute clearing on week 1. So it could be like that too. I don't know. I don't think it is, because it's like TBC is a lot more tank bustery than vanilla. Like, there's a little bit more mechanics. It's just a lot harder of an expansion than BWL. Terracone was almost 2 gold on Horde Night Slayer earlier too. Was it? Nice. So one thing to, you know, I've said this in a couple of the market updates, I think. Thursday on Night Slayer seems to be the day that supply like lags demand. So a lot of the times, like I sold some haste potions, I think for like 9 gold last week, and then again this week. And so, you know, on that week 1, like the full week 1, so it'll probably get released on a Thursday. People will do whatever they can to get in there, and then that next reset from Tuesday to Tuesday, I think that first Thursday, or I'm sorry, that second Thursday, like the first full raid week, I think that'll be like the peak of consumes. That's my predictions. Unnerfed equals more gold, nerfed equals less gold. It depends on your investments. Like, one of the reasons that I have 1,000 super mana pots is I think it goes up no matter what. But yeah, like overall, the reason I say it depends on your investments, and also it kind of depends on just like the sentiment. Because like if a bunch of people quit because phase 2, like it's post nerf, that could be bad for profits too. So I'm not exactly sure if like we would make more money on post nerf versus pre nerf. Thoughts on Dark Rune sell time? Yeah, I think. Let's look. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, this is the problem, right? Like, there's just so many. I think it's clear that they're botting it, right? They're botting Dark Runes. So who knows what like the what we doing? Just behind us. Oh, I don't care. All the pink and skull, but it's not. See, that's what I was expecting. There would be a lot, but I think like all these mages are. I mean, like I bet the vast majority of them are bots or like human bots. If that makes sense. They're like players that are doing it to make their living. They're part of like a sweatshop in a third world country. And I mean that derogatorily. We literally raided with a guy from the Philippines that ran one of these fucking things in Classic. Or in Anniversary. His name is Anita. well, his full name was Anita Handjob, but he was like I think he was Indonesian or Filipino. I think he was Indonesian actually. And he was wild, but he like kind of showed us behind the curtain on one of the raids. And so that's what I think all the mages are. Yeah, no rice for a month. And so you like, I think dark runes are probably subject to normal market like ups and downs, but I can't see them getting above like 10 or 11 gold this time. Why am I in combat right now? Right? Away slaves. Also, I love that they didn't change the name of these guys to slaves, but like the warlock, you can't enslave anything. It's like the two pieces of Blizzard like fucking fighting each other. I doubt it. There's any Filipinos playing and paying for a sub. This is 1.8k pesos for a sub. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so when I was deployed in 2018, my carrier strike group, I was on a cruiser, right, attached to the Carl Vinson strike group in 2018, where it was the first carrier strike group. I think it was the first aircraft carrier that moored or like basically docked in Vietnam since the Vietnam War. And we went to Da Nang, and point of the story is we got to see like Vietnam, which was cool. And there was this silk shop that was a legit fucking sweatshop. I actually bought a suit from there. I have a suit and I have like a Peaky Blinders overcoat because at the time I'm still kind of obsessed with Peaky Blinders, but when I was younger I didn't have all this gray hair and I'm not fat, but like, oh, did I pull that? I might have pulled that. Did I? I think that was me. Anyways, we're also down a fucking another warrior. Like, what is with warriors? This is why people don't invite warriors, by the way, because they fucking disconnect. Okay, anyways, sweatshop. So I'm in Vietnam, and we go to this this silk store shop. What do you want to call it? Mana pot. And there's these like, I don't know. There's like 60 Vietnamese women, girls. They're not girls, but they're like 18. So they're women. They're like young women. And they're all just sitting there on sewing machines or they're hand sewing. And we like see all the silkworms like eating whatever leaves they have. I have pictures of all this too. And they are there and they have like these beautiful, they're like, if you know what cross stitching is, it was like cross stitching photographs where they would take an image and they would sew it into like a canvas. And it looked like a fucking photo. Like the resolution on this thing was crazy. And so we asked the guy, like, okay, well, the guy that was giving us the tour, how long does it take? The best ones. And he would be like, oh, like the longest one would take like 2 to 3 months, right? 2 to 3 months. That's a long ass time. And we're like, okay. So then we go and we start looking at all the prices. And like the most expensive one was like $1,000, $1,000 US dollars. And we're doing the math like, okay, $1,000 in 3 months to do, that's like $300 a month. That's a fucking sweatshop. I'm working for probably 8 to 10 hours a day, sewing, and all you get is $300 for an entire month. Like the hourly rate on that is less than $1 probably. Hey, thanks for the sub. Oh, I just realized my fucking chat's in the middle. Bo, I think that's Bo, Crackhead Jones. That might be my first sub. Thanks, man. Thanks for the prime. Okay, let me catch up on chat now that I've told you guys my useless fucking story about Vietnam. Maybe they played in the US, but oh yeah, okay. Yeah, all the Australians and New Zealanders came here, right? Hmm. Yeah, they brought them all over. Gotta grab that rogue. I'm a little worried because I didn't play a fucking sound. That was on. Also, Maelstrom, thanks for the follow, man. Hmm. Just need one more. Controller, thanks for the follow, man. I need to fix. So hold on, let me put. You guys are my test stream. I'm trying to fix stuff here. So I've got fix Twitch logo. Fix can't hear the fucking follow / sub noises. And that's because I have that. I was talking about those audio tracks earlier. I think that the follow noises or whatever come through, so you guys probably can't hear them either, actually. Oh, I think I can get whoa. Thanks, Bo. I will say, Twitch is like, I don't know. YouTube, I think it's easier to like get, for me, for my own mentality, YouTube's easier to like post videos and like learn that way. Twitch, man, is just like, it's the fucking Wild West out there. There's like so many people streaming one game. I don't know how people like get started. I remember I started streaming one time when I was in college. I had like nothing to do during the summers. And man, like streaming to nobody is fucking hard. So I appreciate you guys coming here. Just shooting the shit. Okay, fell steel bars on how much they will spike up. Okay, fell steel bars. The problem with them is people go to farm other ores and they get fell iron. Now I think that fell steel is kind of cheap right now, but one problem is there's not a lot of demand for it. Like there's some stuff that you can do with engineering, sure, but I just don't think there's enough like consumption for it. So I think it's risky. You could get lucky and time it at the bottom. I think a less risky play that you can still like make money on is to see where it levels out and then start buying in at the lows. Like right now, all the ore is in fucking free fall, it seems. So it's a little bit risky. That's my take on it. Okay, a month ago they were 20 gold before people started realizing you can have 8 gold profit. And the market flooded. Oh, like people just converting the ore to bars. I know they're selling for 12 gold, fell iron ore down to 63 silver. So what you're doing is you're taking the ore and you're smelting it. Yeah, I mean, if it's selling, obviously keep doing it. I think a risk with anything to do with blacksmithing or bars is the deposit cost on them is fucking rough compared to what you sell it for. So you like you only get so many times before it's like not profitable. Also, we're drinking delicious IPA from Stone. I saw it in the, you know, I lived in San Diego for 4 years and San Diego beer. So I was gonna do what are they called? Or what was I gonna call it? I think I was gonna call it the brew and bullshit, which I loved. The problem is I was gonna do it on Saturday, and oh, you did? Are you in San Diego, Bo? And where is Stone? Stone is in the original one is in what, Little Italy? Okay, okay. I think the other one's downtown, or maybe is the original one the downtown one? I don't think so, right? Where's their actual brewery? Escondido. Okay, okay. That's right. Oh yeah, it probably says it on my fucking can actually. Let's see here. Stone Brewing. Yep, Escondido and Richmond, Virginia. Oh, interesting. They've branched out to the East Coast. I kind of wish, you know, I think I've said this before. My favorite beer is Ballast Point, which is up there, I think in Miramar. And I think that's who was in Little Italy. And they got bought out by like Coors or something in like the height of the, or like right before the pandemic, I think. And now it's just like, it's still a good beer, but you just can't fucking get it anywhere anymore. Like I used to be able to get it in Maryland when I lived in Maryland, and now I can't even get it in fucking Oregon. I don't remember what I was saying though. Oh yeah, so the brew and bullshit. I was gonna do that and basically talk about, like, update the status on the 200k gold giveaway, and talk about the raid gear and shoot the shit and just like answer questions like this, which I still might do. But the problem is, I'm learning as I try to figure out the fucking schedule, is like I'm gone most Saturdays, like doing shit with the family. So it's really hard for me to like have a consistent schedule on a Saturday because I'm fucking gone. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'll stream our raids Tuesday, Thursday, and then do Friday as like the Q&A. So the whole point of this, yeah, I should have said this about 50 times. And for those that are watching the YouTube VOD later on, the whole point of this on Friday is to answer questions about gold. So and I said this many, many times the last time I did this. I think I called it the Gilly Goblin podcast. But I have the market updates. I have the Discord. I have the YouTube channel to like kind of express my views. The Discord is like a community attempt. So like, we gonna, oh yeah, so like I have a way to like get just me to you, and I have a way to get the community to you, but I don't have a way to get like me to you instantly, right? And then you be able to get back to me. So that's kind of the point of the live stream on Friday that I'm gonna hopefully try to do weekly or maybe bi-weekly. So I have absolute dog shit DPS here. I already lost it. I'm an idiot. But yeah, like that's kind of the whole point is, and that's why I want to test out Twitch, because YouTube was great. And I already have like I don't want to say the following. I fucking hate that word. I'm just a normal dude, right? So like, but like people would see that I was streaming and then they could, oh, fuck. I thought that was the right one. But Twitch is like so much more reactive. Like you guys I can see what you post and you can see what I say in like seconds. Whereas with YouTube, there's a little bit of a delay. And I thought it was like something that I could change, but I guess I can't with YouTube. Okay, so we're gonna reload here. I'm hoping to get 70 tonight. Oh, Bo went offline. Thanks, Bo, if you're still there. Really appreciate you. So yeah, all of this to say that if you guys have any questions, hit me with them. Could be anything. It could be about gold, could be investments, could be what I'm wearing. No, I'm joking. Thorium spike. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it could spike for Wrath. And honestly, we're like getting to the point with a lot of ore where you could invest it for Wrath, because come Wrath, well, one, you have to believe the Wrath is coming, which I think it is. But from there, you like, there's so many people that are going to switch to jewel crafting from what they are now. So like on, for a lot of classes, the BIS professions are tailoring for like the cloak enchant, which is really good even on melee, and jewel crafting, because it's like steady. One, you can make money with it, but two, you can do like the 3 good gems starting from phase 1, and then the other one, everyone has to have engineering. So if you go and look, I was doing this last week. I didn't do like a full, I might make a video on it, honestly. In fact, I'm gonna write that down because otherwise I'll forget. But Wrath investments, if you believe that Wrath is coming, we're probably getting to a point where ore might be a good investment for later on. And you might think I'm crazy, but like, I invested in thorium ore when no one was talking about it. It was 17 silver per, or like 20 silver per ore, and I bought a shitload of it. I wish I would have bought more, and I sold mine in like pre-patch because I thought that would be the peak. But I should have held on to it and sold it much later. Like, I think it's over at gold right now. I've noticed Nethic energies will randomly spike to like 2 gold or more. That's because guilds are buying them. I need to, hold on. I need to quit yapping and find a replacement. Threats. We have an enhance. So like I could be wrong, and I probably say that statement too much, but like Nethergan energies, if you go back and look at the videos from 2021, people also talk about it then, or like the comments, people talk about it then, and there's like 2 themes. One is everyone saying like, oh, it's a good investment, it's a good investment, good investment. And then the other is these are cheaper than super mana, these are cheaper than super mana, these are cheaper than super mana. So I believe mana pots are going to go up. I also believe that super mana, and I remember this last time, I had some of those Nethergan energies on my server, which I think was Fairlina at the time, and they just didn't sell very well. And then I think Nick B, I might be making this up or like AI hallucinating this, but I think they were hard to sell back then. And I'm pretty sure Nick B said that, but I went to go try to find it and I couldn't find it. So I remember some YouTube video I watched said that they were hard to sell. And so I think the Nethergan energies, people are buying them. I think that they are 100% cheaper than a super mana, and they will continue to be. But classic players want convenience, and having to carry 3 different types of mana potions is not convenient. And like have keybinds for it all and all that stuff. So I think it's a great buy there's zero deposit cost to sell them. Just be careful because there's a lot of people that have the same idea, and it's only the difference between the Nethergan energy and the super mana potion is the super mana potion will be used throughout the entire game, whereas Nethergan will only be used in TK. So that's just a risk. But I think like if you bought them 6 weeks ago at like 30 silver, yeah, you're gonna make good money. And I agree. I think that it's mostly investors, or it's like guilds. Okay, Maelstrom, for my main paladin, should I do that for Wrath then? Because my professions are enchanting BS. Yeah, so like for it depends on what flavor of paladin you are. But like I remember for protection paladin, which is like the best tank. Oh shit, I need to reset. So for prot, it's like jewel crafting and engineering for a tank. For holy, it's probably jewel crafting and maybe, oh, don't do that. Maybe tailoring. It might also be engineering for the haste gloves, but I don't know if it's like haste gloves for throughput, so I can cast more holy lights. And then red, I have no idea what it is. It's probably red. It's probably enchanting, either blacksmithing or enchanting jewel crafting, if I had to guess. You can double check me on that. I'll cover a lot of this in a video that I'll make, because I love talking about like long-term investments. Think it'll naturally rise to that price in phase 2. No, I don't think that it will reach up to a super mana potion. I think it will be. I think if you go and look at the Wowhead comments, Nethergan energy is like consistently 1 gold less than super mana. And yeah, prop paladin all the way. They're the fucking best. That's like one of the reasons that I was fine switching from my like Omega Biscued warrior in vanilla to paladin, is I kind of want to tank in Wrath if it releases. I think Wrath would be like a really fun excursion for me, because I know the content really well now. I don't know ICC, but I know everything else pretty well because I speedran it as a warlock, and I think it would be a lot of fun to do as a paladin. And you also have like the 1-button macro in Wrath, which works phenomenally. I had a prop paladin as an alt, but I didn't, like, I played him in the dungeons, whatever the dungeon things were called. You have auto shot macro to your steady. Yeah, I'll show you guys my macros. I'm no hunter player. This is like, the reason I have this hunter is because I wanted to play hunter in vanilla, and I ended up not because I had to tank. So this is my multi-shot Wikara, or not Wikara, macro. So it has kill command and auto shot and multi-shot. I don't know if you need this clear target here anymore. You might not. And then steady shot is here. My understanding is the way this works is if you put kill command, steady shot, kill command is like, if you're spamming it, it won't clip your auto shot. I don't think you're supposed to spam it, but like if you'll notice, sometimes I'll press the button and it won't clip the auto shot, but it also will do like the kill command before or after the steady. Auto shot engages the retry timer if you don't cast it at the right time and adds 2 seconds. So are you telling me that I'm fucking up, or am I good? If I'm fucking up, what do I do? Because I kind of noticed that, like, sometimes I'll press a button, like, wanting to multi with it, like, to try to fit it. Okay, I'm fucking up. If... Ooh, our tank's about to die. Yeah, I've noticed, like, you know, because you can fit a steady shot and a multi-shot in and only, I think, eat into your auto shot by, I was told, like, 0.6 seconds is the number. Okay, you need to take the auto shot, okay, and manually auto shot and manually steady. Okay, I will try that. Because I'm down to do it for the science. Can I keep kill command there? I know it takes a G, I think it's kind of like a GCD, but it's... Take auto shot off your steady, okay, and mainly auto shot minutes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel what I like about Hunter and TBC is it feels dynamic. Like one of the reasons I like playing Rhett in Raid is it's so fun to twist. Thanks, not in for the sub, for the Prime sub. It's weird, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I never thought. Well, one, I just started posting YouTube videos to try to like share. I it was weird to see how many people supported the channel, and now that I'm like trying the live streaming thing and to have you guys subscribe, I don't. It's fucking surreal. I don't know how to say thank you enough. I can't explain. I'm just a dude playing the game. You guys, the support is just insane. Okay, so Cookman eats up the spell queue window. Yeah, I feel that. You can keep the Cookman there, but you have to double tap it. Okay, yeah. Oh, and I'm not even autoing now. Okay, I gotta manually do it. I see. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, something's got to give, because like there are times where I feel like my timing is fine. It's like sneak in a multi-shot after a steady and like just kind of clip the auto a little bit. But I was noticing like sometimes I would press the multi and it would push the auto shot through. I was like, what the fuck? Once you had a melee weaving, it comes yeah, dude, that's what I'm excited about. I actually just got rid of the two-hander that I was using because I have like I was in another storm and I can pick up the two one-handers. I tried to level like fuck is my pet before I pull all these things. So TBC original, I was a resto druid, and I don't mind healing, but it's not my most favorite thing. But I was like, I want to be a melee weaving hunter, and at the time I was in a guild called Eden, and our hunter, her name was Buzzbin. And if you've ever heard of a little guild called Eternal, their hunter puller, her name is Buzz, and she used to be our puller in Eden, and she's fucking amazing at the game. And I remember she would melee weave, and I was like, how is a fucking hunter doing this much damage, you know? And so then in TBC came around, and I was like, I don't want to play this. Okay, hold on, I need to figure this out. I don't want to play this Resto Druid anymore. I want to play a hunter because they were fucking topping the meters. And I was asking her like if she was melee weaving, and I was watching her things. She had actually swapped to paladin, but she was still doing her hunter, I think, as an alt. I'm gonna run out of mana. God damn it. But the melee weaving thing, so I did a bunch of research is the whole point of this little foray here. I did a bunch of research into melee weaving, and I was like, this is fucking cool because it's like another little it reminds me of like heroic strike cleaving or heroic strike queuing, or oh, my pet's gonna fucking die. As a warrior, like it's another little like thing to divide you from the good players and the bad players. Yeah, a rhythm game. That's how twisting feels. I feel like I've got twisting like under control. That just chilling good. And it's like you said, like once you understand like how it's supposed to go, it's just like so fun, and you just kind of get to vibe with it. I fully intend on melee weaving on this. The melee weave is 10 to 20%. That's fucking crazy. I will say I'm not a huge fan of pet classes. I played a warlock, like I said, in Wrath, and it was fine because your fell hunter would mostly just like go in and you could just backer everything. But the constantly dismissing, calling, sending to different things is not a aspect of the game that I particularly enjoy. Oh, see, when I do that, I fucking piss myself off. Okay, for primal elements, what are the price spikes? I don't know if we have any left. There's something that I would call a spike. Oh, right. I think that you could see. Well, I take that back. The one thing that I could see a price spike for is the shadow resist gear in phase 3 in Black Temple. If you look up the Mother Shiraz fight. So to be fair, all of this is research, right? I stopped playing because I got out of the Navy and moved cross country, and then I went over to Season of Mastery. But from all the research that I've done, Mother Shiraz, there is, it's kind of like Hydra's, but your whole raid team needs shadow resist gear, or the caveat here is they could use shadow protection potions. I think that a lot of people use the protection potions for progression, and then they craft, it's like you can use the tokens or whatever they're called from Black Temple to like make the purple crafts. Think of like Saffron frost gear from Nax versus like what you could buy before Nax is out. It's kind of like that, and I think that could be a consumption, like cause a pretty big increase in primal shadow. Other than that, I don't think that there's a whole hell of a lot. Who knows what we'll see with goggles are going to use a lot, but the price is so beat up, and like people are farming their fucking brains out right now trying to afford everything. So I think we're like in one of the most expensive times in TBC, where everyone's trying to get like all their raid gear and all that. Like from here, you get like dailies, you don't need like you don't need to buy your raid gear. Like a lot of people are buying pre-raid gear. You have to buy like all of these items from vendors. Like there's just a lot of gold, like I don't want to say demand, but like gold sinks, which causes people to have like no extra gold. And so later on, I think and so let me finish the thought. So because people have no gold, they go out and they farm fucking primals, because it's like, what, if you're familiar with the channel, I don't really recommend farming ever. I hate farming, but it's a good gold strategy. It's just it's not for me. And so a lot of people out there farming primals, which increases supply. People without BS or can't farm primals, they would want to buy a wild guard card sets for BS. Yeah, so like the problem with the wild guard and the ice guard sets, or the polar set for I think the druids, is oh, what am I doing? Is you're 2 out of 25 people need it, right? Maybe like a backup tank. Compared to, I think, Mother Shiraz, where like the whole raid needs shadow resistance gear. So is it a good investment? I don't know. Can you make money on it? 100%. You 100% can make money on wild guard and ice guard. What I would recommend doing, like if you're not a blood seeker, if you're a blacksmith, you can do what I call pre-selling the item, which is where you have the materials, you sell it in trade chat, and then someone says, I'll buy that off of you. And then you go to the anvil and you craft it for them right there. I think that's the way to make money with them right now, because there's no risk. What would suck the most is if you craft it, post it on the auction house, and you can't sell it. And then you have like, I don't know, 800 gold of materials tied up. Because you're always going to be able to sell primals. It's just like you're probably not going to be able to sell the ice guard and the wild guard for very long, if that makes sense. Okay, I am not going to accidentally pull the boss this time. What I think I'll probably do this next time, I'll probably switch over to OBS. And because I can tell that the chat is like, when you guys type something, I can see it and I can see your response pretty quickly.
Oh, come over there.
With YouTube, it was like not that at all. The problem is I think not a lot of people know that I'm streaming right now because I don't. Okay. Which is fine. I don't honestly care, but the what I could do is either make an announcement in my Discord, which I don't really like advertising. I'm too much of an engineer to advertise. But I could multi-stream it. And then like ask people to like come over here to Twitch. I don't know. This is why introverts should not be marketers. Okay, that wasn't super great. I don't think that. I will say that removing that auto shot does make it feel a lot different. Like it makes it feel a little bit smoother for sure. Also, I just want to confirm, you guys can't hear the music, right? Because I've been playing music this whole time, and I think it's off on the delay. Or off on the stream. I've got to do more research if I'm going to get like a DMCA strike or whatever. Not exactly sure how that works. It's actually kind of funny. The guy who, I don't know if you guys pay attention to World of Warcraft drama, but the guy Dims, the Twitch streamer Dims, some of my friends and I follow him, and we were like a week before, I learned about him like a week before he fucking stole the DST. And I asked him in there, I was like, how do you play music, you know, without getting DMCA'd? And he was basically, you don't save the VOD. And then I saw like a couple YouTube videos like, yeah, you'll still get fucking DMCA'd, so. The paladin just yelled at me for having pack on. I told him I was new to the game. I need to get a weak R that puts a giant fucking tiger on my screen if it's on in combat. I actually kind of like this too, because like I'm used to it on the melee, especially on the paladin, like hitting my. I have this macro here that does like a bunch of stuff, and one of the things that it does, so my damage is shit right now, Jesus. It like does all the things because I originally started it as a druid, so it does like cancel form, stop casting, dismount, cancel aura, start attack, and pet attack. So it does like all the things. And I'm used to pressing that. I was pressing it without even really realizing. Although it does do stop casting, which might be bad for the hunter, honestly. I need to double check. There. I do wish more tanks like marked, including myself. When I played the hunter, I was really good about, or the warrior, I was really good about it. But like, I feel like on the... Why is my pet getting up? My paladin, I never mark shit. I do wish, so I play Rhett, right? And Rhett has like no interrupts. You have Hodge, and then I have Arcane Torrent. I feel like Hunter's kind of the same way. You pretty much just have this guy, Intimidation.
You deem yourselves worthy simply because you bested my gods?
Oh, oh.
Our work here will not be compromised.
Okay, Resistance Gear is selling for a bit. I sold a Shadow Cloak for 165. So what do you think people are using Shadow Cloaks for right now? Maybe Mana Tombs, Heroic Mana Tombs? Oh, that was fucking perfect.
It's not nearly over.
Am I supposed to multi-shot in Lust? I feel like I can never fit it in. I think I am. What does more damage, multi or steady? Generally no. Okay. Oh, is it like a press this button next weak aura? A rotation thing?
This is not nearly over.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I've seen that actually last time. Fuck, man, I thought that was gonna be it. Is that the one that's like 300 pages? I remember Sarth talking about that in classic TBC. Yeah, so is the ret one. Runs haste space as well, which is what's so cool. All right, most of our team is gonna stay. That's fucking perfect. Yeah, so I remember there was like there's a YouTuber called, I think it's Blast, Blayst. I don't even know if he posts anymore. And there's another one called Surveillant. And like Swedge, I'm not on my palette right now, but like there's a weak aura or an add-on called Swedge Timer that shows you like the twist windows. And super useful as a ret paladin, but I feel like for Hunter, am I gonna? No, okay. I feel like for Hunter, it's more like trying to fit. It's not. It's like everything you can try to fucking fit in a little like weapon swing timer. Honestly, I think that the like this is a really slow bow as well. What's the Prince bow? Or 2.9. Okay, so yeah, that's slower than this. I think this is this, right? Is there another item? Oh, no. Jesus. Yeah, I remember the slower the better from, I think for melee weaving especially, right? I mean, the nice thing about melee weaving in TBC is the dead range is like nothing. Oh no. Yeah, I was actually able to parse this week too on Mag and I think High King Mulgar. My Gruul I think I have a 99, but on the ret, I'm honestly excited about raiding on a hunter because they just do so much fucking damage. And the story only gets better. Like everyone thinks it's warlocks, but the hunter is top for fucking ever when you look at the parses from like last time. Well, Arcane Mage I think technically is for a while. Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. I remember like I was trying to figure out what I wanted to also play because I've said this too many times on YouTube videos, but basically like I was gonna play my warrior. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play I wanted to play the same character from vanilla to TBC to Wrath. And so I made a hunter, which was this guy as my second character, and I had a warrior at the beginning because you just can't beat vanilla warrior. But like halfway through, I was trying to figure out what I was going to play in TBC, and I started looking at logs. I was like, okay, the hunters fucking they just obliterate everything. And that's sanguine? I don't know they could drop that. And then in Wrath, they're not like the best, but they're not terrible either. They're kind of like warrior, honestly. Like warriors become really, really good in ICC, but like, and they're not bad. Well, they're not like great up until then. They're not terrible either. Like they kind of come online in like TOGC. And it's the same kind of story in PBC where like they're pretty fucking good actually. Warriors are pretty good in the first like, well, they're pretty good in the whole game. They're just not as good as warlocks and hunters. But they're like right there. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna play hunter, but we had like so many people that wanted to play hunter. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And then the guy who's now my GM, at the time he was he was my loot guy. His name is Ark. Ark was like, well, we kind of need a ret paladin. And I was like, okay, I'll play a fucking ret. That'll be fun. So I basically sacrificed the ability to, I sacrificed the ability to play the same character for all 3 expansions for like a really fun rotation right now. Which, I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, Cactus. Cactus, you have like a shitload of YouTube followers. Did you ever? You're like almost like a gardening type channel. I imagine you never did Twitch, or have you done Twitch? Oh man, one of my guildies, Gary, just posted Thunder Fury. Never did get Thunder Fury. That's a shitty story. So I'm gonna say this for the VOD purposes, but if you guys have gold questions, Friday, I think it's gonna be the day to do it. I'm gonna try to start at 9 p.m. PST, which I know is pretty late for a lot of the Eastern guys, but I've got kids to get to bed and chores to do after they go to bed, so it's just hard for me to get on before, like, religiously. I'm probably gonna do Tuesday, Thursday about 8:30, start up the stream like right around raid time, and then like a Friday at 9 p.m. Because despite what some YouTube comments say, I am a good father and husband. And so we do movie night on Friday with the kids. And so the point of the Friday stream is for you guys to ask questions and get like direct, like be able to ask me a question immediately, get a live, like, thought out answer. I'm always down to answer them in Discord, especially if you guys at me. Like, I have a lot of, as everyone else is, I have a lot of channels that I'm following, and so I pretty much have everything on mute, even my gold making Discord. Which if you guys aren't a part of, you should join it because it's super useful. But there, it's like, I don't want to type out, you know, a paragraph. So a lot of the time I will like either validate or invalidate people's like beliefs. That sounds fucking harsh, but you know, I'll be like, oh, what do you think about, you know, investing in light feathers? And, you know, I'll say like, I think it's bad, you know, something like that. Where if you ask here, I can kind of give a more thought out answer. That's the goal of these live streams. Otherwise, I'm just gonna vibe and fucking play the game like I do every night almost. So if that's what you guys want to do, that's obviously awesome too. Hello, is it multi? Yeah, I feel like I almost like can't even fucking sneak it in. Who's like the best hunter? I imagine Alondo's got a fucking hunter, honestly. But who like, are there good VODs? Or the one that I know from 2021 is Sarth, but he kind of blew up and left. Oh, he doesn't have a hunter? Oh, nice. Okay, I knew he has a ret. He has a ret and he probably has his warrior. Now they go in stream. Okay. Do you have one that you look at like their logs at, Night End? I mean, obviously I could go to Warcraft logs and like just look at the top one, but
Our matron will be the end of you.
also I love these fucking bots that come in here and be like, do you want a view bot? Crazy, actually. Hell yeah. This guy doesn't know how to level alchemy. That's what that tells me. You should never make elixir mastery. It's too expensive for the levels that you're there for. Because I think it uses terracone. I think it uses a lot of terracone. Three terracone, yeah, that's insane. And fellweed? They don't sell. Oh. You just take the Warcraft log. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I normally do too, and like look at their casts, or you can watch the replay and like see how they're doing it. It's kind of hard, like when you're Omega hasted up, like because you can tell when this shit procs. Oh wait, no, I'm not thinking of this. What is the one that gives you haste? Is that DST? It must be DSC. Oh, hourglass. Yeah, okay, it's DSC. So it gets even worse if you get a DSC. Abacus does? I thought Abacus was attack power. Let's go mech. Oh, it's on use. Oh, on use haste. Okay. I see. That's why it's my fucking pet. Oop, 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 oop. Oh. I will say it's very hard to talk, look at chat, and do the hunter thing, and I agree, I am fucking up a lot. It is much easier to do this, but I'm not trying to do 3 things. It is kind of cool to have like a... Oop, I also like my positioning is all fucked in these. I should be closer if I'm ever gonna melee. I imagine you probably don't melee weave a ton though in dungeons. Yeah, I casting steady right before you're in the red line. Yeah, exactly. I'm fucking it up hard. So I've heard for the multi, like if you sing in a multi and you do it with like the minus 0.6, like so you only clip your auto by 0.6 or less, it's like that's ideal. But if you clip it more than that, it's bad. I need to save that rotation GitHub, by the way. So what do you guys use for keybinds? Like I use for pet, I use like mouse down is pet follow, mouse up is attack, and then I use like middle mouse is stay. And then my pet's like always on passive because I hate it. Oh shit, that's not good. Anything else to invest for phase 2? So I think let me think about all the things that I think are good investments. I'm just gonna rattle them off. So super mana, firm alchemy, super mana haste, destruction. I'll do destruction is hard to get right now. Flasks, if you sell them like pretty quickly, I think are a good investment. Hold on, let me focus here. Stop hitting me, blades. Reminds me of peanuts. Follow me, boys. It's like that was plus 0.34. Like I feel like that's fine for the multi. That was not great. Stop hitting me. That felt a little bit better. Okay, so anyways, back to the let's see here, what else? I think that like if you have a shitload of money and you kind of want to just like lock some up, you could look for a good deal on like recipes even. Like whether it's haste destruction, um vengeance wrap, like any of the designs for jewel crafting, a lot of the enchants, like I think those are worth looking into. That would be kind of like off meta investments, because what happens is people go to they go to like use or go to like buy the item and they're like, holy fuck, this is expensive, and then they're like, well, what would it cost me to get it? And then that, you know, they're willing to buy it. So what else think I would stay away from primals. I actually have a list of this. There's a YouTube video. It might actually be my most watched YouTube videos. I think it's called like phase 2 investment strategy or something like that. I think you could, I mean, I would recommend just flipping these, but like the reputation items, because what can happen is like people leave when guilds fall apart, which could happen with pre-nerf. They like people switch characters to be able to get into a new raid, and so sometimes that is followed by them getting like the pre-raid gear. So I think that you could probably like look at those types of items, like blink strike is what comes to mind, or even like if you could get a cheap spell cloth, I think is fucked, but like maybe cheap shadow cloth might go up temporarily. Let's see here, what else? Let me think about this. Enchanting mats are always great because there's no deposit cost. Even I don't foresee any of the void. I would stay away from void crystal, but I wouldn't touch void crystal with a 10-foot pole. But the rest of them, the other ones are probably going to go up. Primal Mana, actually, we were talking about the Discord today, or maybe it wasn't my gold Discord, but it was my old guild's Discord. I think it was. So Primal Mana, you get them in Kara, right? From the Voidwalker mobs. And you got to think there's 300,000 on your race or whatever faction. There's 150,000. I think there's like 310,000 raiders, right? That's 150,000, 160,000 almost, or 155,000 rather, that are every week going into Karazhan and killing those mobs, like for the most part. Thanks to the follows. I can't say that. Skivyakovsky. Did I say it right? And so I think with Ara, like 155,000 people farming them every week, like they kill those mobs regardless. Now, is it a ton of mana? Maybe. But it's definitely more than what will be happening next phase when most of the people stop raiding Karazhan. So I think Primal Mana could go up. I don't know because the demand doesn't exactly spike, but Primal Mana is using like enchants and shit like that, so I think that could be a decent investment. What else? Honestly, like, I think that's about it. I wouldn't invest in very much other than like, oh, and gems. You could. The problem with gems in Adamantite Ore right now is, I'll show you. Rogue Steam Vault 70. This is the problem with Adamantite Ore, right? All these bots are farming, and then there's more than 50. 50 is the cap on the slash who. So there's, who knows? I tried looking up like how to find a guildless like tag in slash who, but basically they're botting the fuck out of adamantite ore, and it's instanced, which means until what will happen with adamantite ore, let me lock in here. Flipped it there. Fuck. If I remember right, when you're juiced up, it's like a 221 or something like that. On gloves or whatever I need. Fucking 3 mantles? Damn it! Oh well. Another one. So like I said before, I've not seen this fucking devil shark thing in 30 runs on my paladin. Need the other. What else? What drops from that? I need the legs. Okay, so yeah, I think that's why adamantite or the gems associated with it are kind of fucked right now, because it's all botted, right? Like this is not good. Why it's on a different one now, but like there's just so many rogues botting this fucking thing. There's a lot of people, I mean, and it's really good gold per hour because you can do like, there's like chests. There's gonna go by 70 spells. Okay, we hit 70 that run. This is good. Now I can do heroics at least. But yeah, I mean, I think that's why jewel crafting is different than enchanting and alchemy. The reason I always bring those 3 up in the YouTube videos, which if for somehow you've found the channel through Twitch and not YouTube, I have a YouTube channel devoted totally to gold making, pretty much. I talk about this a lot. So the phenomenon with those 3 professions is that they're constantly used no matter what. The other professions, whether it's tailoring, leatherwork, well, leatherworking has like some things like gems and enhance, and like the leg enchantments. Jewel craft or fucking blacksmithing has the weight stones, or the, where am I going? South. Tailoring has the spell threads, but like none of them are used a shitload. Like you enchant 10 pieces of gear, or whatever it is, 5 pieces of gear on every character. You gem every, probably 6 pieces of gear. You use a ton of consumes every raid, and so that's why those professions are the ones that I look into. So as far as professions, like this is a really long-winded answer and super distracted while I'm trying to do the dungeon, but yeah, I mean, I think that's what I would invest in, is those things, because even if they don't spike and you don't sell them, you just wait a little bit longer. Now the problem is tying up capital for that long. Like that kind of sucks. Oh, it's Saba. Okay, nice. You gather around 30 times for a good price. I'm going to save it. What do you have 30 of? Prospecting shadow nerfed. I don't think so. So I did a bunch of these. I haven't done them recently. Like the last time I did a prospecting shovel was at 211, and you'll see here, like this margin was not enough for me. Like this says, if I spend 420 gold, and this is the math that I do. We had a guy get omega fucked. He got 2 living rubies after like 2,000 gold or something like that, or 1,200 ore. But like this margin, the way to think about this is that's 270 gold, we'll call it. That's only like at this price of living ruby. Like if you miss out 2 living rubies, you're not profitable anymore. I mean, if they become noble topazes, it's a little bit like less of a brunt, but If these two living rubies become talicites, you're fucked. And what it looks like is, you know, you get like 2 living rubies and 10 talicites, and you should get 15. Like in this case, you should get 15 of each. I don't think they shadow nerfed it, but man, the margins are razor thin to justify the prospecting. And the problem with prospecting in TBC is it's really hard to make up the money if you don't get the blue gems, because all the green gems are pretty much useless now. They're used for like couple crafts that you can maybe disenchant here shortly. Like I could show them if I was on my paladin. There's the transmutes for whatever it's called, for like Earthstorm Diamond, or the Brilliant Glass, which are fine. And then there's like people gemming them. Do I want to make this my raid spec? Yeah, okay, I need to respec. So yeah, I mean, I think that's, I don't think you got shadow nerfs, but it's just like razor thin. And with all these bots, the reason that prices are so cheap is because all these fucking bots are in there in Steam vaults mining and getting gems from the ore, or from the thing. That's really why prospecting is so low, because you have all these guys farming adamantite ore in Steam vaults. They're botting it. It's not, they're not farming it, they're botting it. I used to do 1,000 ore prospect, and I would average 7 rubies. I spent 500 on prospect. Yeah, like it really depends on if you get lucky or not. Okay, I might need a little bit of help here. This is Beast Mastery, so I'm pretty sure I go this because it's damage. I'm pretty sure I do that. Do I go improved revive? I think so, right? Let me pull up a talent guide here. Okay, so I think I do this, probably this, probably a stamina, all of that. Probably one of those for the chance to dispel it. That's huge. Another point here. Gain attack speed after dealing critical strike. I think that this one is, it's like 3 or 4. Increase your, okay, your pet's chance to hit. This is probably 2. Increase your wrath is awesome. Fuck that. This is 3. Do that. That's 4. Okay, then do a bunch of that. Crit is amazing. Ooh. I bet the survival hunter grabs imp hunter's mark, if I had to guess. I'm gonna go shots. Aim shot. This guy is awesome. And then 5 there. I think that's the raid spec. Is that the raid spec? I think that's the raid spec. Nightin, thanks for the follow, man. I just realized it was 10 minutes ago. I can't hear the things. That's one of the things on my list of shit to fix, is can't hear the fucking follow or sub noises. So we're going to fix that one. I'm going to shout out again for the VOD. If you guys happen to be watching the VOD and you skipped to this point in the video, point of this is to ask gold questions. I will probably multi-stream this for the foreseeable future on both Twitch and YouTube, so you guys can ask on one or the other. Twitch is more mo beta for being quick, so as we would say in the South. Okay, let's see if this is the actual right spec. I think this is it. probably a quick way to get to this. Two, two, five. Oh, they went two. I like that. Health for more men pet. Yeah, actually that kind of makes sense. Everything else right though? Everything else looks good. 5, 5. Surely survival takes the imp hunter's mark, right? That's like a pretty good. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay. So we go 5, 2, 1 onto here to there. Going to here, here. Okay, there's all that. Man, it feels good to be 70 on this guy, honestly. Okay, now we're raid spec.
Loktar.
Grab all this shit.
Go with honor.
And then I have this one. I'm just gonna copy survival spec. Maybe I imagine you can just open world farm in the
What do you need?
in the raid spec. Although I bet actually survival is probably not better. Should I PvP? Is that a good way? No, I probably should just keep doing dungeons, right? Dungeons is probably better gear. Okay, I'm gonna grab a survival spec real quick. Copy this thing. Apparently it grabs a little bit of everything up here. Very odd. Probably should have grabbed entrapment. I really like entrapment. Fuck that. Sure-footed, extra hit. Okay, cool. Yep, I'm grabbing entrapment. Okay, extra damage. Lots of agility. We like that. Exposed weakness. That's the whole point. That's kind of interesting. Okay, and then we want this. Then we need to get our pet some focus. Throat. 2. Alright, now we have survival. Do I need any extra keybinds? I don't think so, right? Spells. Okay, I do need to keybind misdirect. In fact, I'm gonna grab a macro because I want like a mouse over macro for this shit. What do you think about light feather? I have got about 6K for a very cheap price. Do you actually have 6K light feathers? I made a joke about that earlier. That's why I think I made a joke about that. So light feathers, they're for that let's see here. There's a hunter, like, what is this thing called? Quiver, right? I don't even know anything about that. So light feathers though, like, I don't think they get much more expensive than they are now. When did you buy them? Would be the question. Also, I guess people do use them in SSC. That could be a good investment. I've been sleeping on that, honestly. Because light feathers, like, I think that you can use noggin foggers, but it depends on if people actually want to speed
Blood
run.
and thunder.
Okay, I think we're good. Oh wait, do I have anything to buy from this guy?
Brawl hard
True shot.
for the horde.
Yeah, the hunter ammo pouch. I mean, it's also for that speedrunning thing. Every hunter, yeah, 100 of them. So when does that come out? Is the question. How much time do we have? Okay, I'm gonna try to like upgrade my gear a little bit here because I still have like pretty shitty gear. I think I have a good bow. Maybe I don't have terrible gear actually. Do I have anything that's like really bad? Boots. Okay. See what we got for boot option. Well, what does this say this is? Oh, actually, I could buy those. Those are probably really cheap. What is phase 1 bis? Is it even worth me getting these? Edgewalkers? Yeah, okay, we'll grab those. How much am I being gouged by buying out? I don't really know which patch it is. It might be when they come out with the epic bow, which I think is Sunwell. But I mean, which you'd be holding on to a lot. Honestly, like anytime you can get items for and hold on to them for a long time, it's almost never a bad idea. Really, then you're just capitalizing on inflation, though. Let's see here. Okay, 10 of those, 8 of those. So it's like 13 gold. 24 gold, that's like 40 gold. And then 8 times 15. How much are these? 8 times 15 would be 120 plus. Okay, so I'm losing like 20 gold. Go get them crap. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna buy these. Okay. What else can we snag? Okay, I have that. I have that. Ooh, a vengeance wrap. I can make my own vengeance wrap. Hmm. How many nethers do I need for this? 1? I need to start looking at primal air. And primal shadow. Is that what it was? Oh no, shadow cloth. Oh yeah, I could definitely make my own. What is that? 95? Ooh. Hmm. What I will probably do is craft a bunch. I have like 6 tailors. So I could craft a vengeance wrap like pretty quickly. Okay, so that's on the list. Can I buy anything to like get me through this shit? What do I have? Right. Okay. That's not terrible. If I go to armor, probably mail this up to like 5. Let's see what this has. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. So like if I where does this come from? Botanica? Oh, I need to go by fucking flying now. Okay, actually I'll just farm this. Botanica can't be that bad, right? Can't be that bad. Let's see here. Epic Hunter Old Hillsbred. I'm not doing that. What are the where are the risks from here? Wow. Epic or heroic Old Hillsbred. That sounds fucking terrible, right? So the same one's coming in phase 4 and it went up went price up to 20 gold for 100 times, but I don't know how accurate it will be in our version. Let's look at it. Light feather TBC. This is what I would do, right? I would go here, go to a quiver of 1,000 feathers. Let's look at the comments. Phase 3, maybe. Comments like this terrify me when I'm investing, like very easy to grind. So your price is capped on like the effort. Okay, let's go to, we go here, newest first. We should be able to select the, you know, what people think about it. Let's go to TBC would be like right around this phase. Hmm. Okay, so Wowhead's not offering anything. Let's do light feather price TBC. 6 years ago, that would be 2020. That's still that's still classic. Mm, I don't particularly love this. I mean, it's going one of two ways. Either nobody's commenting on it because it's not a big deal, which could be the case. Like, light feather could be a situation where, in fact, let's see what it is right now. I'm at the auction house. Give me 1 second to look at this stuff. Okay, I need to buy one of these. And what's my belt? This belt. Okay, I'll figure that out in a second. So if I go to light feather right now, oh man, they're 1 silver. They've got to go up from here. This to your point, this could be a really good one because like see how these are all blue? Like I could even buy these out right now, but I'm not going to. Actually, I am. So like the thing about items like this is you almost can't go wrong, right? Like even if you sell these at 5 silver, the hardest part is storing all of them. You're gonna make money. It's just like how much you have. But like if every hunter, this is the way to think about it. In fact, let's look that up. What was it called? The something 1,000 feathers or some shit. Oh. This is exactly what the live stream is for, by the way. Okay, so quiver 1,000 feathers. When the fuck does it come out? So they need heavy knotted leather, air, light feathers, and a primal nether. So pretty cheap, but these light feathers are gonna get fucked. Dude, I actually think this is a good investment. This could be really good. But where do they get the recipe? Top buy. Okay, let's look at this. Lower city revered. Oh man, yeah, this 100% is gonna go wild. Well, let me look. 24 slot quiver, 15%. Is that what the I think that's what all the quivers are, is 15%? Where's my quiver? Okay, let's look this up. If I go to Abyss list and I see so they're going from an 18 slot quiver to a 24 slot quiver, which means 6 more arrows, 1,200 more arrows. This is they're saying phase 4 and whip in price from. Oh yeah, I already read that. So yeah, I mean, dude, I think this could be really good. Honestly, I do. If you have a good way to store all of this, I think you would make good money. And here's why, right? So you have an item. Yeah, I have a ton of bank alts as well. Exactly. Yeah, this could be good. So the reason I say this, hunters are abyss class, right? So there's a shitload of hunters. That's huge, right? That's half the battle. 2, it says on, like, this is the other half of the battle. It says on a abyss list for phase 3, quiver of 1,000 feathers. So every fucking hunter is going to come here and they're going to be like, what is the quiver? And they're going to see this and they're going to be like, oh wait, do they have to be? No, it's just, yeah, it's BOE. Oh, dude, it's even BOE. You could sell these too if you have a leather worker. I think this is a phenomenal investment. So it's Abyss class, Abyss DPS class. There's tons of them, and I'll validate that here. Warcraft logs. Go fresh Warcraft logs. Yeah, to keep in the mail you do. There's ways to manage that with TSM. Okay, so if I go, I'm in Classic Fresh, I go to a raid, and I go to statistics. Like, look how many hunter parses there are. There's 53,000, 153,000. Like, these are just different specs. Like, I don't know how if these are exclusive or not, but there's at least, I don't know, 200, no, not 200. 23,000, 11,000, 106. Actually, it is right around 180. So these are probably not exclusive. Like, if somebody has a different spec for one boss than or another, it will probably register as 2 different people. But still, like, there's a shitload of hunters, right? And these are just probably different specs that they're running. But it's at least, if it's not the most played class, it's probably the second most played class. And their BIS list says get this item. On top of that, light feathers are cheap right now, right? That's huge. But on top of that, the vendor sell price is only 7 copper, which means you can probably repost these infinitely, right? And while they are very easily farmed, they're at a super cheap price point too, that you could like actually really like this investment the more I'm thinking about it. They're at the price point where like nobody gives a shit if they pay 10 silver compared to 1 silver, right? Because like if I need 100 of these things, that's what, a gold? Nobody gives a fuck about that. They'll pay 10 gold. They'll pay 50 gold for this BIS quiver item, right? It's quality of life. And their BIS list, this is what's important. Their BIS list says this is their item. These could go up pretty expensive. And even if they sell at 50 silver, you still don't care because you can just post them over and over and over. So your like return is huge if you can just store them. This is the type of item that I almost want to like hide from people. I really do think this is a fucking phenomenal thing. I would buy these like all the way up to 10 silver. I'm going to check this every day now. Because even if you buy these at like 5 silver right now, you're still going to make double in 3 months or 5 months or whatever it is. Yeah, I won't make a video on it. If anybody happens to watch this, I'm sure, which nobody watches the live VODs. I mean, I think 1,000 people watched the last one, to be fair, but yeah, I think you could make some serious cash. Now, when I see serious cash, I mean like a return, percentage return. If you have 6,000 of these, so you have 6,000 times 0.02, let's say, like you have 120 gold invested in this. But like if the price goes up to 20 silver, you just turned 120 gold into 2,000 gold. That's pretty fucking good. Yeah. I really like this. This reminds me of elemental water in phase 1, where like it's worthless and then some item comes around and it's like, holy shit, everyone's gonna buy this. What you have to be careful of is like jacking yourself up here. So what I will do when I buy stuff like this, like I did this with the thorium ore when I bought like 10,000 or 9,000 thorium ore. You just like leave a couple down here, or like you could even post. Some people say this is scamming. I don't think it's scamming. I call it fishing. You'll like post something at like what I just bought. I just bought like something at 1 silver, because people that are leveling are going to come by. They're going to drop their shit off at the auction house. They're just going to post it. But when I was buying, or like the powerful mojos is another one. They were dirt cheap for so long, and then they just skyrocketed in TBC. But it's exactly like this. They were so cheap, like nobody cared about them, and then all of a sudden it was just like boom. 12 hours. I would have been on that. But yeah, I think that could be a phenomenal investment, and I appreciate you bringing it up. If I were you, I would buy more, frankly, depending on what you bought them at. I think you said you had like 6,000. The problem is they stack in groups of 20, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of annoying. But I'll show you what I would do. So let me first get rid of any kind of disenchantables. I'll show you exactly how I do this when I do bulk.
What are you looking for?
Keep the tier. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of. Actually, no, I'm not. This. How many items do I have?
Go forth to victory.
Buy another one.
For the horde.
Okay. Oh, and then I'll get rid of all my vials real quick.
Blood and thunder. Down.
Okay. So what I would do is I'd come over here and I would do like feather. I shift click this because for some reason it like doesn't like to do them. Ban natural fire. I'll show you what I've been doing the black pearls. 50 copper maelstrom would be my guess. Although he's been buying them, so oh yeah, 30 copper. Yeah, dude, that's pretty good. So I bring them all in. See, they're stacking, and then I'm gonna come over here to TSM. While this is grabbing them, I'm gonna make a group. I just add a group. I'm gonna say light feather. I'm gonna add the light feather to it, and then I go to settings, mailing. Or, I'm sorry, operations, mailing. Create a new operation. Enter the name of whatever character you want to send these to, and you go apply operation to light feather, whatever group you just had it. And then when it's done grabbing all of these, you just go groups, light feather, and you hit Well, first, if you have like an auto sorter, you should auto sort first because Maelstrom likes to do them. And then you go send mail. And then everything goes away. And then you get to, this is like how people bounce them around, right? Like the big ass whales like age degen. And then so now these are all here, and then what you could do is just like hit return. And so what you would do is you could just let it expire in your mailbox and it'll automatically send it back. Or you can just hit return like when you want, and then you're good. That's like the easiest way you can send shit around. And you guys probably already know that because it sounds like you guys are some other moguls. But I'll say it for the others. Okay. I don't know how much. So like the whole point of me leveling this hunter is to make gold. I don't think I want to spend like a ton of gold getting him like kitted out, but I just want to get him like good enough that I can get into groups. Curious if I don't even think Helm of the Claw is worth getting.
Looking for something special? May the eternal sun shine upon it.
Okay, so we hit 70, we got our stuff trained. Oh, I still need to make a macro. That's what I need to do. I need a mouse over macro for this. Steal this. Misdirect. Paste this in here. I think I can do misdirect. Misdirect. Hold. Wait one, please. Where is it? Did I not train it? Oh, I got snake. Oh, there it is. Misdirection. Direction. Okay. That should work, and I will make that like. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then I'm gonna log out so that it actually saves. Then I'm gonna check a jewel crafting recipe. Okay, so jewel crafting over here. I'm the paladin. You said natural fire. Okay, so disenchant for on Night Slayer, crafting cost is 277. Living essence, flame specirite, and you could turn them into large brilliance, basically, like, which is useful. And then you could maybe turn large brilliance into brilliant wizard oil. Yep. Okay, that looks like what you're doing. Yeah. So nice, Maelstrom. Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with that feather strat. That's really good. I love that. Yeah, it's like I think this is a good use of these items for sure. The other ones that I do are like black pearl, like crafting costs here at 18. Actually, I think I have these. I said this during a market update and I never changed it. Shadow pearl and mercurial adamantite. Shadow pearl. I had these like hard coded and then I didn't change it. Or maybe it was primal earth. Okay, let's see what that does. So brought it down a little bit. But yeah, you can turn these into, it's really based on the shadow pearl cost. Because when you prospect, you get all of the adamantite powder. And then I I try to keep an eye on these shadow pearls. Like, it's so weird. I have like no gold right now. But like that's too expensive for me to do at 515. And then the other one is these jaggle pearls. Like you can actually make pretty good money doing this, and you vendor them, which is what makes it cool. So purified jaggle, it's a jaggle pearl and purified drainic water. Drainic water you buy for looks like 10 silver. So you add 10 silver to this price, and then you can sell them for a gold. So basically, add 10 silver to a price. I can get them, everything up to here is profitable. And these guys, like if I were to buy these, that would be 25 silver, 0.25 times 17. Like that's 4 gold that I would make in like AFK, completely AFK in like, I don't know, 2 minutes of crafting, which isn't great, but like it's completely AFK. You buy all of these, like I said, up to, I don't know, I'd probably buy something up to the market value, like right here. I'd probably buy everything up to right here, and then I would craft them, and sell and just vendor them. And then the other one is this golden draenite ring. This one's been pretty profitable because these golden draenites have come down a lot, and the fel iron bar is so cheap right now. So you can basically do these DE them into illusion, or not illusion dust, arcane dust, and planers. But I mean, it's like kind of risky because you're running the gambit of like, if you get, every time you get arcane dust, it's just like prospecting, except it's a little bit more reliable and there's no deposit cost. So yeah, so the jaggle pearl, I like, if somebody had, like, if I only legitimately had 168 gold, I would start with this. I would start with jaggle pearls, and then the other thing you can almost always get is these mad alchemist, which I think I'm an elixir master right now, and the alchemist potion is, I mean, it's a potion, but like if you can get Ragveil for less than 35 silver, which a lot of the times you can. It looks, I mean, it's Friday night, so I probably won't be able to, but okay, never mind, I can. So like I could buy all of this. I mean, not great, but I would even buy all of these and then just use the procs, and every time you get a proc you get like a gold. It's like you get 70 silver because you're not losing anything from the craft, or you're losing like hardly anything. I'm trying to think what else, like if I, oh, and the other one you could do, like if you had, so I started this character in classic, and I got carried away doing the paladin, but I started this character with 1 gold and I gave him 4 bags. Very, just the same rules that Nick B had. And I got up to 79 gold in like a week. But like the way I started it was, and it's the 1 to 10k challenge, and it's not that hard. You just have to be patient. But basically, like, you can do this vendor search and it'll look for stuff that you're, I don't know if these are hard coded into TSM or if it looks like it everything, but like you just buy these and you sell them and you get like a little bit. So when you have 1 gold, like I would buy this and then sell it and you get 4 copper, and then you have 1 gold, 4 copper or whatever. And there are things in here that oftentimes you're like, this is so far under market value, like why would you sell or under the vendor cost? How is your add-on letting you do this? Like there's one. Oh wait, vendor sell price? Yeah, there's one. This is a perfect example. Look at that. This guy's selling them for 2. Oh, can't even buy them anymore. They're gone. That was 3.5 gold there. 17 liquid gold plus investment. Nice. That's a lot of liquid gold. You should spend that down, I think. Well, kind of a little late now, honestly. Kind of holding to invest more, but I really don't know where to go. Yeah, that's fair. I have large cosmetics. Nice. That's fucking awesome. And I'm feeling so safe, I think, and kind of want to tell me to buy more and buy more. Yeah. Feeling. Yeah, I mean, right now it's kind of, it's a rough time to buy because everything's already so expensive. So you're kind of looking at like next phase, or you're just waiting. Like, it's not a bad thing to have a bag and wait, you know. Like, my strategy, I already spent a lot of my gold on investments, and like once I hit alchemy, when I leveled the hunter, when I couldn't make good money with jewel crafting and enchanting, and then I switched over, I leveled the hunter to 68 to try to get him alchemy so I could get into the alchemy game, because like I know that game like the back of my hand. It's almost always what I make all my money with. And if you're patient, you can turn that 17 gold into probably like 25,000 or more in like 2 weeks. Because what I think will happen, and I've said this many times, I think what will happen is like everything will tank that first week or two. And like then you've got to make the decision, okay, is this the bottom or do I wait another day? And then is this the bottom? You know, like you see these guys talk about Netherbloom. Oh, this guy's 60,000 Netherbloom. Like, when are those guys going to sell? Are they going to trim constantly? Like, probably. But that's like, if a lot of people have all this pent up stock, then that means the price right now is artificially inflated, right? So who knows? I think long term, though, there's not enough Netherbloom, but people are going to get, you know, they're going to get antsy and they're going to want to sell. And then you flood the market, right? So we'll see. Same thing with your large, you have large prismatic shards. I think, you know, your timing there is you have to get rid of those before Sunwell. Like, non-negotiable, they will tank in price. So you need to figure out how to trim at the peak levels, which basically gives you the first like 3 or 4 weeks of phase 2 and the first like 3 or 4 weeks of phase 3, right? I don't think Zulaman will have well, maybe it will with like alts, but like we'll see. But you've got to figure out that timing. Like your windows are less than you might think, unless if you think that like the price of them will be more at the end of a phase than at the like that churn of the first little bit, you know. But yeah, I think like 17K is a good amount. I think that's what I started. I was looking at my ledger actually. So January, this is probably February 3rd. Or February 2nd. I shifted all of my gold here. So I think I had like 17,000 gold. I made like 10K in December flipping texts, and which I used some of that to fund my guild's like last few weeks of Nax. You know, if I get a healer that was like, hey man, I'm trying to save for pre-patch, I would just give him 1,000 gold. Just like, please keep raiding. Like, don't leave, you know? And so I spent down a lot of my gold, and I made some of it back at the beginning, and then I sold a lot of my my TBC investments, like I said, in pre-patch, which I should have waited. So I think pre-patch came out January 13th, and then the game came out on the 3rd. You know, I sold like all of my thorium ore. I sold most of it. I sold like all of my what else did I sell? I think I sold a lot of my jewel crafting kits. Or I didn't have kits, but I had like items that were part of it. I sold like a lot of my stuff in like from January to February, like in pre-patch, January 13th to February 3rd. And then I took all of this like little bit of a nest egg, like a 17K nest egg, and I just like bought all these designs. I bought all these gems. I actually bought like, I think like 50 living rubies at 50 gold. And then I gave some guildies of mine that are I just passed the deal to them. I had them pay me what I paid. But like that would have alone been, I don't know, 2,500 gold profit. Okay, I need to go ghetto hearth. What time is it? 12:30? Jesus Christ. Need to go ghetto, grab some arrows, and then I might call it there. What I'll probably do tomorrow, yeah, I'm the West Coast, yeah. I'm up here in Oregon. Probably the next plan on this guy is to try to farm Beast Lord. I might do Kara tomorrow. Depends on if they have a spot. Yeah, the old Oregon. Everyone says, like, I don't. I'm not from Oregon, but I came here in college, and layer. Wait, one. And so Oregonians get really pissed off when you call it like Oregon. They get really pissed off. I'm not sure there's another state. I'm sure there is, like, I don't know, that gets really upset by that way you say their state and name. I grew up in California. I've kind of lived everywhere. Yeah, Oregon. Yeah, that's how you would say it, like Oregon. That's the first pronunciation is how they would prefer you say it. Bell Iron, Oregon. Yep. What class did you guys play? So we had a paladin, a hunter. I actually got a shitload of these armaments. Jesus. Pretty good. Oh, nice. Arcane Mage. Do you like it? Or isn't it just like Arcane Blast mostly? I'm gonna go do my... Yeah, I mean, I think that's the right answer. And I kind of say that in a lot of my... I say it in all my videos. If you don't have like a ton of gold, the best use of your time is to go out there and farm. But like once you have a little bit of gold, the best use of your time is probably using that gold to make more gold. Even if you just craft for a little bit and then go farm again. What I think most people do is like they get to that comfortable level where they're like, okay, I have like a month of consumes or whatever. Like I have a month of gold. And then they just stop farming and everything. And then like they wait a couple weeks and they're broke again. You know, like what I try to like teach in the...
May the light embrace you. Safe journey.
Let's go here. What I try to teach in the YouTube channel is like, there's a better way to do this thing, guys. There's a better way to do it. You know, you should never be like super broke unless you're like just starting the game. And then like for me, if I didn't have this goal of, and this is the entire time of Classic, why I literally gave all my gold away. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I gave it away because it was like, what the fuck am I going to do with 30,000 gold in Classic Vanilla with no GDKP? And I've never been a big GDKP guy. I've done like 5 GDKPs in the last 7 years because I never needed the gold. And I like to have like one main character and like maybe one, you know, person like this hunter where it's like he's like an off main. Unless I'm doing splits like for speedrunning, I just don't like to have, you know, a bunch of characters. I like to have my character, if that makes sense. It's like a persona almost. And a lot of these people, the you know, and this could be somebody watching the video, you know, they have this mentality where it's almost like paycheck to paycheck mentality. I just need the consumes for this raid. And then I'm going to go fishing for 5 hours and I'll make 400 gold and then that'll get me next week. But it's like, if you just do a little bit of work at the beginning, use that gold to make more gold, it's like you're still playing. Then you get to play the game. I mean, if you like the farm, great. But like, then you get to play the game where you're like actually going to dungeons and all that. But you get to this point where like you have so much gold where you're like, okay, I could just literally just stop playing the game and I could afford every raid forever, you know? That's kind of where I would be if I didn't have this challenge to get to 200K. And that's half the reason I gave myself the challenge. And I'm not exactly sure I'm going to give it away, or even if I'm going to get there, but I'll give whatever I have away. And you know, there's some people that are like, oh, you should give away like different milestones. It's like half the battle is getting the. It's really easy to turn 50,000 gold into 100,000 gold. It's really hard to turn 0 gold into like 5,000 gold. All right, I think I need to give this guy a. Yeah, give him Poly enchant real quick. Hey, it's Voldy. Okay, there we go. He's trying to give me gold. I do not accept gold tips from guildies. Okay. Um. Let's see here. Let's see here. Even if the most effective strat is to craft and flip for gold, there's just nothing that can beat pulling all. Yeah, dude, I agree. Like when I boosted in vanilla, it's so fun to like kill 300 mobs in Mardon or Maraudon or whatever. It is fun. And like that's part of the game. Like you should that's my like frame of reference. You should do whatever you enjoy in the game, right? If it's boosting, great. If it's leveling 10,000 alts like the boss Carlone over there, like that's great. There's no wrong answer. The wrong answer is quitting the game because you don't have enough gold.
Go forth to victory.
I don't know if I have the mount on this guy.
Blood and thunder. Go with honor.
Fuck. I think
Our enemies will fall.
I need to get the where do you get the free flying mount? Does that have to be an org?
What do you need?
Let's go here. I just checked the inn. Is it any inn? I'm curious if I already got it and I fucking deleted it. I know you can get it at the org inn. I don't really want to go back there though. Okay. I do need some gems. Have any gems? Get rid of this. Okay, so I can buy, let's go here. I need to see how geared I can get this guy before I go and try to do heroics and whatnot. So I will do Vengeance Wrap off stream. I need to go through all my fucking alts and send them mats and do like the whole like spell cloth to shadow cloth swap, and that'll give me enough to do a 1 Vengeance Wrap. This I need to farm Botanica, which I can do for rep. I'll probably need Botanica anyways. I bought these because fuck these other ones. That's too much work. Oh, fuck. I gotta do Shattered Halls. Okay, if these are an option... Level 60? What the fuck? This has gotta be wrong. Why would that be a pre-raid bis? The level 60 ones and not like the Level 71s. That seems wrong, right? That seems wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I think I made a video about that. How like dailies come out and people are gonna make a bunch of money doing that exact thing. Okay, so there should be a thing up here that I should be able to get it from. Do I just go check the org one? I'm gonna check the org one, and if it's not there, I'm probably gonna log off. Almost 1 o'clock. Oh wait, my fucking paladin just got here though. Hold on. Hold please. I'm kind of at the point too where like I need to buy epic flying on my paladin. I'm gonna do it after phase 2 drops. That's been the plan the whole time. Because it is painful not having fast flying when you have like 30,000 gold. Okay, a little bit of these, a little bit of these. Really all the arcane dust I have? I need more arcane dust. God damn it. Ooh, I've got some stuff I can DE though. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Okay, that should be good for now. I'll DE anything else I need. Let's go like this. Okay, I need these. Really hard to do. Assault. What else do I need? Cloak? What is, ooh, do I want to put... No, it needs primal air. That's not too expensive. Kind of shitty, though. You buy netherweave bags for storage or mooncloth since one is soulbound. So, most of mine are netherweave because I use them to level my tailors. I don't think there's a wrong answer, though. Unless if mooncloth are like way more expensive. Like if you're doing storage, I mean, I'll show you real quick. I have so much storage, it's actually kind of unbelievable. This is because this is what I had to do in vanilla. So like this guy has bags and bank slots. This guy has bags and bank slot. Same. I have all these 60s that have bags and bank slots. This guy has bags and bank slots. This guy has nothing. This is gonna be the next character I level. I think it's another paladin. Because if Wrath comes out, I want to be able to do splits. And then on the other account, this guy's bags and bank slots, bags and bank slots. Same. This guy doesn't. This guy does though. This guy does. This guy does. This guy does. This guy might not have bank slots, but he has bags. Level 60, level 60. God, such a gamer. I should play this. Maybe this will be the next character I level. Maybe I love my warrior 70. And then obviously the main. And then on top of that, I have them all connected in oh yeah, shaman could be the next one too. No, I think it's gonna be warrior. It's gonna be warrior paladin. I want to do the ghost lands and like the other, like I want to do the paladin leveling. And then I have like, I don't know how many slots this is. 1, 2, 3. So it's 300 slots. Kind of a lot. So, I mean, I have enough storage. Just like, there comes a point where you get too much storage and it's hard to fucking keep track of everything. That's kind of the level that I was at in vanilla. Like it just becomes this overwhelming fucking thing of how do I manage all this shit? Did it really layer me on different? Of course it did. What a sweet treat. Just trying to get a couple more enchants. I think it's kind of expensive to level Scryer now, right? I need to figure that out. I might even have enchant from these guys, but even that's going to be expensive now for the Zandalar tokens. All right, well the game appears to have layered us. Oh, okay, sweet. So I could do minor speed. I could put like a shitty enchant. It's probably not worth putting them on here. Put legs. Are you doing the car tomorrow, Goldie? Might sign up. I think they already have a hunter, but Beast Lord, Midnight, Beast Walker, Crypt Stalker. Yeah, fuck, I can't buy anything there. Yeah, maybe I'll sign up real quick. I don't know if they'll need me or not, but then I can take Siggy's gear, apparently. I feel like these Bislists for hunters suck. Let's see here. Or can I get a ghillie hoodie? It's on the YouTube channel. I was having a blast one day fucking around with graphic design, and yeah, I actually really like it. For some reason on YouTube it doesn't like show, but it's from a site called Teespring, and so I bought one of everything, right? And my wife was like, you don't need, so like I don't know if you can see it, but like the back of mine has like an arrow on it that's like a stock chart, and she's like, you don't need that, it looks stupid. And I was like, okay, yes dear. And I'm like an engineer, I have no taste or anything like that for for anything really, but she's like, you should just remove that and just keep the front. And I was like, okay. Which I think makes it cheaper too. They like, I mostly kept all like the default prices for everything. So I had like one of everything to answer your question, and like they had some shirts and stuff that were just not super great, but honestly like I really like the sweatshirt. There's a shirt too, if you'll notice in all my videos I'm wearing a SpaceX t-shirt, and that's because SpaceX t-shirts are one, I would love to work at SpaceX one day. I've interviewed with them a couple of times, but they have the same design on the front, which you guys see, but the designs are on the back, right? So all that you guys ever see is that front right there with the X. And so it looks like I'm always wearing the same thing, basically, is the gist of it. But yeah, these are like, I don't know. We'll see. I really like them. That's all that matters. But yeah, these Bislists kind of fucking suck because there's not like a lot of they don't show you everything. Like you're showing me 3 things from, I don't know. From TBC. Seems odd. Most BIS, in my opinion, like a BIS list should show like the BIS item, and then it should show like a BOP, the top BOE item you could buy, or if there is no BOE item, it should show you what else. Which it kind of does here, to be fair. Maybe you can just buy more gear. Maybe you can't buy very much gear as a hunter. How much is this thing? Let's go see. Probably, in fact, I'll just log on to my alt, and then I'm gonna get off because it's time to get to bed. No, Voldy, I don't think it has 4XL. You're not that fat. There's no way. And if you are, I respect it. I thought you were a pretty active person. Vengeance Rat. Or no, not that. Don Santos. 359. That's tempting. That's kind of tempting. How does this compare with okay, so 73.75 got hit and attack power and a 2.8 attack speed. This has no hit, no attack power, so it's slightly less damage. But it has an attack power proc for 250. I wonder what the here, let's figure out what this is. What's the internal cooldown? Hmm. Should I buy this? Is this guy online? Slash who Foulwood. So I'm trying to find these guys online and then try to get them to give me it for cheaper. Who, I can't spell that name. Macron. See, man. Yeah, I'm gonna shut down the stream here in a bit. In like, I don't know, in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so speaking of which, we're at 1 o'clock. I just want to do a quick reminder. You know, if you guys are, I have a YouTube channel. I'm standing up at Twitch right now. If you guys are here from the YouTube channel, appreciate it. I'm gonna probably start streaming on Twitch because the reaction time between the chat and me is a lot quicker, and it's easier to have a conversation. So I tried streaming on YouTube, which I had like anywhere between like 20 to 50 people watching, which was useful because I had a bigger audience and able to help more people, but the response time just wasn't there. It was too hard to like actually do it. So I'm probably gonna multi-stream or whatever, stream to both YouTube and Twitch for like a little bit, and then I'll try to move it over to Twitch for, you know, for just the live streams. I'll obviously keep doing the YouTube videos. However, I'll take all the VODs from the Twitch stream. I'm recording everything, and then I'll just post them on YouTube for people to watch there, so that, you know, you can kind of get the best of both worlds. If you want to watch after the fact, you can watch on YouTube. If you want to watch live, where I can actually get good value on response times, and be able to have a meaningful conversation. The whole point of this is I have the YouTube channel, which is me to you, one-way communication of what I'm seeing in the game. And you have like Omega time delayed comment section. And then I have the Discord, which is, I haven't set up all the Twitch stuff yet, but on the YouTube, it's in any description of my videos, where we can kind of have like slightly less time delayed conversations, but it's also community driven, right? So the Discord is meant to kind of pair those that need help making gold with those that are making good gold. And then these live streams, I'm going to stream probably my raids from now on because I just think it's fun. But the Friday night stream is going to be probably late night. Like we started, I think, at 9 p.m. PST tonight. And that's because I have family commitments that I'm not willing to change. But we'll probably do 9 till like 1 or, 9 to midnight, something like that. And it's just your guys' opportunity to ask questions about gold making, ask, any question that you want regarding the game, and then, give us an opportunity to have a long form kind of conversation about it in real time. So, yeah, if you like that, what's going on, I do appreciate all the following on YouTube. Fucking blowing me away, the support, which pokers, I see that you're here now. I've got this is the list of shit I gotta fix. In fact, I'm gonna add a couple more things here. So I've got fix the Twitch logo because it sucks. It was one of the other earlier iterations. I can't hear the follower subscription noises, so I have no idea when people follow or sub. And then I need to fix the multi-stream. And there was one other thing. Oh yeah, and then set up the thanks, Scrum Master, for the follow. And then I need to set up the like all the peripheral shit so you guys can see like the Discord, the YouTube channel, etc. And if I'm feeling froggy, maybe I'll set up like the merchandise stuff, so that when people ask how do they get a cool ghillie hoodie, I actually really do like it. I'm not just like simping for my own merch gear. If you go on a Teespring and search whatever this is one of the most comfortable sweaters I've ever had. If you don't want my fucking shitty brand on it, that's fine. Like I said, I was just having fun. It was something fun to do. And I followed a finance guy. This will be the last thing, and I'm gonna get off. I followed a finance guy on YouTube for a while, and he had a mantra of like, why would you wear like Ralph Lauren or Champion or like just a random clothing brand when you could wear like the brand of either like your favorite beer or your favorite, in this case, I'm not saying I'm your favorite, like a favorite Twitch streamer or YouTuber or company. Like I buy SpaceX stuff and it's almost always more expensive, but you're a walking billboard. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna make this and just start wearing it. Anyways, thanks for the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, like I don't know what the fucking Twitch is. Follow, subscribe. I don't know what the difference is on YouTube. So yeah, good night, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. GG's. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting. It makes it a lot better to stream to many people, or at least one person. It's really hard to stream to 0 people. So thanks for the support. All right, good night, guys. Good night.